This is a situation in material world. You never know when it comes and when it goes. So, Lord Brahma also gave them benediction that to Mahabhish, that because Mahabhish realized what he had done. So Lord Brahma said, you will go to the earth planet, but you will choose your own father. I will let you choose your own father you want. And then after that, you will be, after some time, will be released. And Ganga was not happy to come here on earth. She was not happy. She was that I have to go take a birth, I have to come in this planet here, Earth planet. No. So she was she was walking and she met Vasus, 8 Vasus. And 8 Vasus were also not happy, but they were also cursed. They were cursed by the Vasishtha Muni. So Vasus didn't want to come on Earth planet either. But Vasus was given benediction, Vasishtha given benediction that all of you will be released right away. But one of your brother will not release. He has to wait for it. He has to live long life. So Vasus came across Ganga, and Ganga is asking Vasus, why are you all not happy? What can we do? We are cursed and we have to go on Earth planet now. Ganga said, same, I have to also go on Earth planet. So Vasus said, why don't you become our mother? Become our mother. And you, as soon as we are born, you just throw us in Ganges. So that we'll be released from this birth, from this. We don't want to stay here long on our planet. We just right away. She agreed with that. She said, okay, I will do that. So here Mahabhish is figure out who should be his father. So there was a King Pratipa in the same line. King Pratipa was the king who was a very famous and very religious, very austere personality. So he decided that I will come in the dynasty of this King Pratipa. I will born there. I will come appear there. And Ganga also knew, because Ganga had to go down and she was going to get married. So she knew that this Mahabhish will be the son of King Pratipa. She knew that. And that's to whom she wanted to marry. So after some time, the King Pratipa, one time, he was on the bank of the Ganga or Jamuna, on the bank of the Ganga, I think. He was performing tapasya, austerities, because he was interested in austerity. He didn't want anything else. Even though he was a king, he just performed austerity. So some beautiful celestial lady came while he was performing tapasya, closed his eyes, and celestial sat on the right thigh of this King Pratipa. King Pratipa was surprised that this lady is coming and sitting on my right thigh, just like I'm performing tapasya here. So King Pratipa asked, what is your intention, lady? Why? She said, I want to be your wife. Pratipa said, look, I'm here to perform tapasya. I cannot be. And besides that, you have sat on my right thigh. On the right thigh, usually, who sits? Daughter or daughter-in-law. And the left side, wife can sit. So you sat on my right thigh. So I can accept you as my daughter-in-law. In the future, when my son is born, then I will accept you as my daughter-in-law, right? And but she said one condition. She said, I will marry your son, but condition is that whatever anything I do, he cannot question me. Sound familiar in this Kali Yuga? Kali Yuga familiar, isn't it? You cannot ask any questions. Why am I doing this? If he is asking questions, I will leave right away. Pratipa accepted because she was beautiful, coming from the celestial, and he thought my son will be in the future. My son will be there, and why not? I will have married with him. So King Pratipa accepted. So after some time, the king had a son, and his name was Devavrata. King loved him so much, and he wanted to install him as a king in the succession. So when the Devavrata, when his son was at a certain age, then he told that, look, I have already arranged your marriage. Your marriage will be with the celestial lady coming from the up. She is beautiful. But one thing is, there is a condition that you cannot ask. You marry with her, but you cannot ask any question. Whatever she does, you cannot ask, why you doing this? You cannot ask any questions. You have to accept her, whatever she does. Just accept it. You cannot ask. As soon as you ask, she will leave. So he agreed. So one time, this Devavrata, the son of King of Pratipa, he was roaming around on the bank of the Ganges, and the celestial lady came. Celestial lady came, and she was beautiful, of course, coming from the heaven. So he fell in love, and she also knew this is the son. Mahavir has come as the son of Pratipa, and whom I loved him. So he agreed with her, and she said, reveal herself that I am Ganges, and king was also very happy to marry. No, I'm mistaking. That King Mahabis came as a king Santanu. That the king of Pratibha, that was Santanu. I'm sorry, it wasn't Devavrata. It was Santanu. So Santanu was the Mahabish. That was my mistake. So Ganga knew that this is the Mahabish, Santanu. So Santanu accepted. Okay. But she made a condition that, look, I will marry with the condition you cannot ask any question. Anything I do, you cannot ask me, why am I doing it? Okay. He agreed, he fall in love with him because he was in love before anyhow as a Mahabish. And Ganga was also in love with him. So both got together, they got married, and they were having good time for a long time. Santanu and the Ganga. They had a good time. So while they were having good time, they had the first son was born. And as soon as the son was born, Ganga just take the son and throw him in the Ganges. First son. Second son born and as soon as Ganga, second son born and throw in the Ganges. Third son is born, throw in the Ganges. Fourth son is born, throw in the Ganges. Fifth son is thrown in the Ganges. Sixth son is born, thrown in the Ganges. Seventh son is born, thrown in the Ganges. Santanu is wondering, what kind of lady is this? hard-hearted lady? Huh? What kind of lady is this? So just son is born and throwing in the Ganges? Just like that? And I cannot ask any questions to her? So when the eighth son was born, then he could not take it anymore. He's telling to Ganga, you hard-hearted lady, do you have some heart? Huh? You threw away my 7 sons just like that. Huh? And the 8th son, stop it, he said. So Ganga reminded, remember what was our condition? Condition was that I will leave you. I will leave you. She said, I will take my son with me. So she took the son and back with the son. That son was Devavrata. So in the sea, she had took him up and he was taught all the vidyas, all the knowledge he was taught up in the planets by, all the demigods and all, they taught him everything. But Santanu here was not happy because son left, wife left, nobody, king. He was not happy. So he was roaming around, roaming on the bank of the Ganges and Jamuna. Ganga. He was roaming around every day, and just sometimes he would go for the hunting. So one time, little boy came there while he was roaming. The Santanu was roaming. Little boy came. As little boy, he was so expert. He was so powerful that with the arrow he could stop the flows of the Ganges. Completely stop it. Imagine Ganges flow is not ordinary. When Ganges wanted to come here down, right? Bhagirath called for Ganges to come down on the earth planet. Ganges said that if I come here, I will be inundated. Whole earth will be inundated with water. You have to do something to stop the flow. So what they did, they went to Lord Shiva. And Shiva in his big, what do you call dreads? He has the water going in there. And from there the four like sprinklers come out of that Ganges. Shiva is the Vaishnavana Mathasambhu, is the greatest devotee of the Lord. He is the greatest devotee. He does everything what Krishna tells him to do. And he also, Shiva is such a personality that he goes to release all the pastimes of Krishna. In all the pastimes of Krishna, Lord Shiva is there, he goes. So when Krishna was lifting Govardhan hill, Lord Shiva also came. But Lord Shiva comes, how is his Ganges is flowing from his hair. So he has tied up so tight that the Ganges doesn't flow. Because he figured that Indra is already going to pour the rain, so much rain, and on top of that my water will go. Brajvasis are already in difficulty by having the water, Lord Indra pouring so much water on top of them. So he had tied up so tight so that Ganges doesn't flow at that time. And he wanted to have notice the pastimes of Krishna. Right? Right, when the demigods and demons, they were churning the ocean, what is first thing came out? They were churning the ocean to get the nectar. And the first thing came out was poison. And this poison was so horrible that even one drop of poison someone drink whole, the person is finished. And this poison was so in large quantity, so much large quantity, it's going to spread, the whole universe would have finished. Just dead by this poison. So everybody, all the demigod demons, they approach Lord Vishnu and say, what can we do? This poison is everywhere. And it's going to be everywhere. So the demigod, the Lord said, you go to Shiva. Ask Shiva to drink. Imagine, Lord tell his devotee, drink the poison. Huh? So they went, and Parvati was sitting next to Shiva. And demigods and demons came and they are saying, well, we are here to request you to drink the poison, sir. And he's asking to Parvati, should I drink the poison? Imagine, asking the wife, what the wife would say. Depends. It's Kali Yuga. It's Kali Yuga, right? She would say, drink, let him drink. Huh? So he's asking, so should I drink the poison? Parvati said, yeah, drink it. But she knew that my husband able to handle it. So he drank the poison, he took all the poison, he turned all this big, the poison was, he took the poison, keep it in like a, just like in the palms, and he drank it. And while he was drinking, the drops fell, and their drops were drunk by scorpion and the snakes. And that's why these snakes and the scorpion became poisonous. See? So anyhow, that's Lord Shiva. What was I talking about? Why did I come Lord Shiva here? Okay, so this the Ganges, this boy was so powerful that he stopped the flow of the Ganges. And this Santan was surprised to see, who is this boy? Someone so powerful. Boy knew who was his Santanu. Santanu didn't know who this boy is. Boy knew, because mother, of course, tell, who is your father. So boy was surprised, the Santanu was surprised to see, and he asked, who, you're so powerful person, where you come, who are you, where is? So at that time Ganges came, his mother, and introduced, this is your son, Devrata. So she said, now you take Devrata with you, I'm handing over to you now. You keep it and I'm going back. This is it. So, but Santanu at least was happy that now he had at least his son back with him. So he was very happy. Santanu was very happy, and he was passing. And Santanu had decided that my son would be, Devrata would be the king. He had decided that. He made up his mind. But one time when Santanu was roaming around on the bank of the Jamuna, bank of the Ganges or Jamuna, there was nice fragrance aroma was coming from far distance. Whole atmosphere is so fragrant. Whole atmosphere is so fragrant. So he was wondering where this fragrance is coming from. So he tried to find the source of that fragrance. And he went to find he found one beautiful lady. And she was a daughter of the fisherman, captain of the fishermen. And she was also helping her father to give the ride to the passengers from one to other side of the Ganges. She was so fragrant, this fragrance coming. So he asked, who are you? King was excited, was attracted to her beauty and fragrance coming. She said, I'm a Satyavati. And I'm a daughter of the king of this fisherman, and I'm helping my father. So he asked that, I like to marry you. She said, well, you have to talk to my father. So he said, okay. So he he took Satyavati and went to her father and asked, I'm here, I'm willing to marry with your daughter. He said, look, my daughter is, many demigods, they have come to marry with her. She was a beautiful personality, And even kings have come to marry. And you are the king, yes, I can have her marry with you, but one condition. Everywhere is condition, isn't material world? Everywhere, whatever you do is some kind of condition, right? Anything you do, some kind of condition. Even the marriage, some condition. In the marriage, you have to have some conditions, right? So Devavrata said, okay, Santanu said, what is the condition? Condition is that the son which is born from union between you and my daughter, he will be the king. Santanu was not agreeing with this. Santanu, he loved his son Devavrata. And he already told Devavrata that he will be the king. So he didn't agree with that. He didn't agree with that proposal. But he loved that son Satyavati. He was in love with her and she also wanted to marry with him. So he went home and Santanu was morose, not happy, face is the index of the mind. So he was not happy. And Devrata could figure it out that something is wrong with my father. Something is wrong. What is wrong? I don't know. So he asked his father, how can I help you? My father, please tell me. He said, no. He said, you are the only son. I'm worried about you, and I want you to be the king. And he made up a whole this. He didn't want to tell why he was not. He was morose. He wouldn't say. You are only my son, and I want you to be the king, and I'm worried about your life, and so on and so forth. But Devavrata can figure out that no, this is not the reason. My father is telling. There is some other reason. But my father is not telling me the right thing. So he approached his chief ministers of his father's Santanu, and she asked, what is happening? What is wrong with my father? What is happening? What is bothering to my father? Please tell us. Tell me. What's bothering? So the chief ministers of Santanu told him that your father is in love with this Satyavati. He wants to marry with, but Satyavati's father is making the condition that their son, by the union of Satyavati and your father, will be the king. You will not be the king. And that's why your father is not accepting. Your father wants you to be the king, but father at the same time is not happy with it. Happy. Because he is in love with Satyavati. So Devavrata himself, he went with his chief minister to meet the Satyavati's father, and said, I'm the son of King Santanu. I have come here to take your daughter I'm here to take your daughter to have married with my father. So, but he said there is one condition, as you know, your father told you or not, but one condition is that you will be the son which is born by the union of Satyavati, my daughter, and the Santanu, he will be the king. He said, no problem. He can become king. I don't want to be king. But then Satyavati's father made another condition. But what about your future son? What about your future son? He will ask for the kingdom. So Devavrata at that time said, I will stay brahmachari. I will not marry. And at that time, demigods from the heaven shower the flowers on the Devavrata and call out to him, Bhishma, 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 Bhishma. Terrible, 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 terrible. But he took the vow, I'll stay brahmachari. He agreed with it, both conditions. He took the Satyavati and brought to his father, Santanu. And he said, here, father, can marry with her. And so she married. Now Santanu was very happy with his son. So he gave a boon to him. He gave a benediction to Bhishma. They call him now Bhishma. Give a benediction that you will die whenever you want to die according to your desire. See? This is the boon he had, Bhishma had. And of course, after we know that Santanu and Satyavati had the sons, Pandu and not Pandu, some other son anyhow. And Vichitravirya. And yeah, they were the sons. Of course, one died and then one was in. So this is the Bhishma. This is the Bhishma who is very powerful. And that's why Bhishma had this boon. So that's why after the battle, in the battle of Kurukshetra, when Bhishma was he was sleeping in the bed of arrows. Imagine, whole body was pierced with the arrows, but he was sleeping on the borders. He was lying on the bed of arrows. And he had a boon that he can live when he wants to. He wants to live, right? And that was, he wanted to live when Krishna is in front of him, right? That's when he wanted to live. So then after the battle of Kurukshetra, we know that Mother Yudhishthira was not happy. Mother Yudhishthira being the great personality, he was not happy. He was thinking that because of me, but to just put me as a throne king, billions and billions and billions of soldiers are being killed because of me. Just me to put me on the throne. He was not happy. So he was not pacified by Vyasadeva, he was not pacified by anybody. Everybody tried to pacify him. He would not pacify. Ultimately, Krishna decided, let me take Yudhishthira and his brother to Bhishma. Bhishma is lying on the bed of arrow, and the Yudhishthira, Krishna is bringing Yudhishthira Maharaj and all his Pandavas, all the four brothers to meet Bhishma. Bhishma is lying. Bhishma want to drink water. Right? And Duryodhana is also saying, let me bring the water I will bring the water from the palace. Bhishma said, no. Arjun, you bring the water here. Arjun threw the arrow and cut the Ganga out. Ganga. He threw the arrow, he threw the arrow in the earth, and the Ganga came. And Bhishma is drinking the water, Ganges water. Bhishma wanted for his head, he wanted some kind of, pillow or some pillow thing. So Duryodhana is trying to get, I will bring the pillow from the palace. Bhishma said, no. Arjun, you put another arrows. And Bhishma took as arrows as his pillow. And of course, we know from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhishma is giving all instructions to Yudhishthira Maharaj how to rule the kingdom. And then of course Bhishma want to, all the demigods, everybody is there, all the sages, everybody is around. And Bhishma is saying that to Pandavas that even though you all are very dear to Krishna, but still I don't understand Krishna's plan. It's difficult to understand Krishna's plan, even though you are very related to him, related to Krishna. But look how much difficulty you all have to go through. And I can't figure out the plan of Krishna.
Prabhu, I'm sorry. I'm changed here. 1 moment.
So this is the plan. Krishna's plans are difficult to figure out. That's why devotees always say that I have my plan and Krishna has his plan, and we have to follow Krishna's plan. Krishna's plans never figure it out, but we have to follow his plan. Bhishma himself couldn't figure it out. And of course, Bhishma wanted to leave his body, so he has Krishna right at his feet, smiling in the four-handed form, and Bhishma left his body, having Krishna. Darshan of Krishna. So that is Bhishma, Bhishma Pitamaha. So this is the King Santanu had performed the pastime, performed austerity to get a son, Bhishma. And that austerity place he performed is called Santanu Kund. That's where Bhishma performed, Santanu performed his austerity to get a son.
In Vrindavan?
Yes. Santanu Kund. And there is a deity called Santanu Vihari, beautiful deity on the top of the hill. And even at present, they are saying that even at present, the couples who cannot have the son or daughter, they go to this deity and pray, perform some jagya, whatever they do, to get a son or daughter. Any questions, any comments?
What was the curse on these 8 vasus?
Yes, thank you for reminding. Yes, what happened is that, okay, so King Santanu, when the 7th son were thrown in the Ganges, 8th son stopped and he said, Santanu asked, why did you throw these sons in the water? What was the reason? 7th. So then she said, these were vasus. And I was by throwing them in the Ganges, right away they were throwing Ganges, because I want to relieve them from staying in this world, on this earth planet. So what was the reason? So then she told that what happened, the Vasus were roaming around and they came at the ashram of Vasishtha Muni. And Vasishtha Muni had a Nandini cow. The Nandini cow was born from the Kashyapa and Survi. Nandini cow was born. Nandini cow was Vasishtha Muni was he was an ascetic. He was living in the hut, in the ashram. But anytime he had to perform any yajna or anything, Nandini cow would provide everything, whatever he needed. Even Vasishtha and millions of sadhus come. Nandini can provide everything, all facilities. That was the thing. So when the 8 Vasus had come, the Dew, one of the Vasus' name was Dew. And the Dew had come with his wife. So they found out this Nandini cow is a Nandini cow. Someone drink the Nandini cow, milk of Nandini cow, they can stay youth for 1,000 years, 1 hour, 10,000 years, youth. They don't become old. Good idea, isn't it? Huh? We're getting old here. So that was the Nandini cow. So Dew, his wife told, let's steal it. His wife is telling to him, steal it. And she said, I will give to my friend, Jyoti or something, I'll give her. So Dew, he was accepted his wife's proposal. So Dew with his brothers, 7 brothers, he stole the cow, Nandini cow. And Vasishtha came back to ashram, he couldn't find Nandini cow, so he was wondering, where is my cow? So he was mystic, he could see from the Trikala, he could see. So he closed his eyes, see, this is the Vasus has stolen that cow. So Vasus ultimately, Vasu figure out that this is Vasishtha, he's gonna do something to us. So they went to Vasishtha said, they came to Vasishtha and Vasishtha said, Vasishtha cursed them. that you will have to go to Earth planet. So they at that time they come to their senses, and all the Vasus came to Vasishtha and said, please forgive us. Vasishtha said, okay, 7 of you will be released right away. I give you boon, the 7 of you will be released, but one of this due, he will not be released. He will live a long life. Live a long life. So all the 7 of his brothers told them, we will give one eighth of our good karma to this our brother who is going to live a long life. Not just that, but we are also giving him a boon that this brother will stay brahmachari. They had kind of told already, and that was the due was the Devrata Bhishma. Thank you for reminding. Yeah. So that was and that's why she was throwing away all the 7 kids in the water, see, to relieve them from their. So they don't have to stay long on this earth planet. Born, throw, finish. Any questions?
The Vasus, what are they kind of demigods, and what are they? Or
Yeah, I just read a few days ago this Krishna's friend Uddhava. He was one of the Vasus. Yeah. I don't know what they do, but no, isn't it the Vasus are the one where who helped them? Just recently I was reading. They were not, it is Vasus or not? I don't think they were Vasus. They were not allowed, they were not qualified to drink the Somras. No, that was not Vasus. That's Ashwini Kumaras. They are the one who helped to Saubri Rishi. No, not Saubri Rishi. This who was he wanted
Shavana.
Who?
Shavana Rishi.
Chavan Rishi. Chavan Rishi to make it youthful. Ashwini Kumar, that's Ashwini Kumaras. Chavan Rishi. He wanted to marry with, but he was old. He became young. Ashwini Kumar. And he gave Ashwini Kumar boon so they can have the Somaras and they can go to heaven. And that's why King Indra got angry. King Indra didn't want to have them have the Somaras.